Hi there, this is Jessie Beck from the travel magazine and media brand Afar. I've recently just gotten back from a trip to Singapore. Now, Singapore is an amazing travel destination for so many reasons. It has some incredible architecture, nature, sometimes right in the same building, shopping, museums, as well as several of the best bars in the world. However, there is one thing I was most excited to discover while I was there. It's food. After a very, very long flight from San Francisco to Changi Airport, which, by the way, is definitely worth spending some time in, I joined one of my coworkers, LEC, who lives in and grew up in Singapore, to check out some of its famed street food and hawker centers.
In Singapore, you rarely find food vendors on the streets. Instead, they're located in designated areas called hawker centers. There are over 100 of these open-air food courts, which offer a wide variety of cuisines, from Chinese and Indian to Malay, Indonesian, as well as some distinctly Singaporean creations that have come out of the country's multicultural makeup, all being cooked side by side in adjacent stalls. Hawker centers are so distinctive that they were added to UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2020.
Most hawker centers have sporadic opening hours and close up shop once they've sold out of food for the day. So we headed out at lunchtime to avoid being disappointed. And while you can find a variety of foods throughout Singapore's hawker centers, we mostly focused on a handful of dishes from Singapore's Chinese community, since we were in and around the city's Chinatown neighborhood. For our first stop, I met Ellie at Tiong Bahru Market in a neighborhood by the same name.
One of the dishes we're trying is Zhōng Wanton mee, an egg noodle dish usually garnished with a barbecue pork known as char siu and wontons, either fried or in a clear soup. It is also usually served with leafy vegetables.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Okay, so this is wanton mee, and it's basically an egg noodle dish with leafy vegetables, barbecue pork, and usually either fried or soup dumplings. One of my childhood, actually both of these are my childhood favorites.
Okay.
They're very much my go-to, like, really easy to eat foods.
Yeah.
While there, we also had to grab a plate of Kueh from Jian Kueh. Kueh is a steamed rice cake topped with preserved radish. Originally a Teow dish, it is commonly eaten for breakfast.
For our second stop, we headed over to Chinatown for a stop at Amoy Street Food Center, which was pretty busy with workers from the nearby offices getting lunch when we arrived.
Yep, and we're here specifically looking for the Amoy Street Fried Kway Teow stall to try their Kway Teow, which is a stir-fried rice noodle dish topped with a variety of ingredients, from prawns, cockles, to Chinese sausage and bean sprouts.
I know those noodles weren't the most attractive, but they were so good. They were really flavorful, had a great texture, and the lime really added a nice brightness to it all. However, we're feeling pretty full at the end of this, and we still had one last stop. Okay, so we're now at our second Chinatown hawker center, Maxwell Food Center, which is home to the world-famous Tian Hainanese chicken rice.
And some refreshing sugarcane juice, which was being sold from a stall opposite.
The famous chicken rice. The famous chicken rice. The end of our food journey for today. I don't think I can eat much more, but it's really good. I'm really excited. I could smell it when they were ladling it into the bowl. Yeah, I got so excited. And sugarcane, an essential, especially on a hot day like this. Really good, like pandan. And it's cooked for a long time. So it's like really fragrant, oily rice.
It's like really satisfying. That chicken rice was definitely one of my favorite dishes that we tried that day. The flavors are so simple, but it's just so savory and homey and satisfying. I especially love how they use chicken fat in the rice to give it that extra flavor. Okay, so we couldn't rightfully end our food tour before stopping for some dessert, right?
Right. Fortunately, from Maxwell Food Center, we were super close to Tong Heng, a bakery selling traditional Cantonese pastries that I've gone to my whole life. My family really loves their dan tat, which are these custard-filled egg tarts.
In a single afternoon, we were only able to scratch the surface of all the amazing dishes you can find in Singapore's hawker centers. We didn't even begin to start exploring all the wonderful Indian, Malay, or Singaporean dishes common throughout the city. If you make it here, we definitely recommend exploring as many hawker centers as you have time and appetite for. And if you're not sure where to go, we'll link below to our guide to Singapore's hawker centers and the best dishes to try in each of them. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe and hit that like button on your way out. Thanks for watching!